Good afternoon, 8/27/2013, 1:16 p.m. We're addressing our traders. We called for the reversal up here on this Nasdaq Composite. And on the weekly level, this line right here is what we call a 10-week moving average. And that's at 35.87. There is more downside coming in the Nasdaq Composite. The Nasdaq Composite has been the strongest of the indexes. It has a lot more room to fall and will fall. The correction that we had over here, we made all-time highs and we're going lower. The Nasdaq Composite today, as you can see right here, was down. It closed down 79 points. That's a huge amount of selling that we had called for. When you take a look at the Nasdaq 100, the top 100 stocks in the Nasdaq Composite right here, you can clearly see that it's down 63 points. So once again, the Composite and the Nasdaq 100 have a lot more room to continue to fall. We have brought it to your attention, to all our traders, to buy the bear funds. They were at the very lowest level in price. And those moves and those bear funds are finally starting to pay. There are other type of ETFs for the bear side that can be traded during these corrections. So when we come down and test this 3,500 level, that's going to be a major support level on the 20-week moving average at 34.93. One of the things that I will show as far as the daily goes, it's already broke down below some of your daily simple moving averages, such as the 20-day simple moving average and below the 10-day. It's going to test this 50-day moving average. That's a simple moving average right here where they gapped it up. And this is going to be a critical level. Once it breaks, we're going to come all the way down here and we're going to test the 100-day moving average, and that's at 34.70. Once we break that, this is where the last calendar 2013 Nasdaq 100 correction that we had, and the Nasdaq 100 had led the Nasdaq Composite, is what I'm saying. So the 100 stocks in that index is what got the composite, the overall composite, to get up to these all-time highs that they haven't seen for a number of calendar years. There's a lot of turmoil out here. You got to know when to sell these stocks in the Nasdaq Composite. And I'm just going to give you an example of how Apple ended down $15. And we said that it was going to go lower from that big rally. What about the big bellwether here, down $16 on Google? That's in the Nasdaq 100. How about that? How about Priceline for the Nasdaq 100, down 13.9 handles? How about this stock here that's so overbought and was even more overbought just the other day? Netflix ended down 6.6 handles in that Nasdaq 100. LinkedIn, overbought stock, had been way overbought, all of them, and down 6.8 handles. Amazon.com, another big reversal from its bull run, clear back down here to the lows of 279.7, down another 5.2 handles across the board. So there are lots of reversals that are working in the Nasdaq 100 and the Nasdaq Composite. The Nasdaq Composite, as we see here, that's the daily simple moving averages. I'll show a monthly of this. And this is the monthly distribution bar. It's the second one all calendar year. That's how strong that bull has been. However, we see that this Nasdaq Composite will come down here to the 3,400 level throughout the calendar month of September and October, and that those bear funds are on sale. So that's the monthly read of the Nasdaq Composite. One of the things that we'll be covering over the next several months is where this bull will end up. And every rally that's overbought has to have a correction. And the fundamentals, the economic indicators, the FOMC, there's lots of uncertainty. You've got the Syria deal out here today. You know, they're killing their citizens over there, and we may have to, you know, like the U.S. has to always do, is they're going to have to maybe fire some missiles. So this is also part of this monthly distribution. But look at that big monthly distribution. This was the monthly breakout in the Nasdaq Composite. But once again, it's all going to be about how that 60-minute chart today, it started with the gap down. We rally up here, and then we gap down. This was the counter rally from the original correction, and then it gaps down and then continues to go lower. Just remember that all of your analysis for all our traders around the world and here in the U.S. is that we were going lower. And we're very good at getting the right trade and coming out of these things at the right time. If you want to get started with stock market funding, go to trading, click the free trial tab, get started now. You would click this, get started now, and you can join us for 5 days in these trades. If you want to open an account, click on open an account right here. This is where you would open the account, and we do give you intraday buying power. So if you have a $10,000 account, we'll give you $150,000 buying power. You can read all that here on the page. And so you have a great management system behind you here at stockmarketfunding.com. Once again, the analysis and the truth before the fact is the fact.